What's up, my dudes? This is Mounts and Fairy Tales, and I'm bringing you some Titan Quest 2 news today. So, we got a roadmap for the early access, and we got some frequently asked questions. We're also going to tap into the hotfixes that was just released yesterday. But let's dive into this, my dudes. Titan Quest 2 roadmap and frequently asked questions. So, we are happy to present to you all the Titan Quest 2 roadmap. Yeah, so a bunch of us have been wondering, like, what's gonna happen, right? So, I did play my Titan Quest 2, all the way to, like, as far as, like, all the way until, like, the game told me that, okay, this is as far as you can actually go, like, story-wise, and I just stopped. You can check that out on my YouTube channel. I have an entire playlist there called Titan Quest 2. You can check it out there if you want to see my entire gameplay. Up until the point where we actually, don't have any more story content. Anyway, let's get back into this. So, update frequency. Major content updates are planned roughly every 3 months. While not every update will include all types of content, they may feature additions such as new masteries, content chapters, a character creator, new gameplay systems, and other improvements. Okay. In between these major updates, we have smaller updates planned. Some of them might introduce new gameplay mechanics, improve on old ones, or completely revamp present mechanics, sometimes throwing more languages into the mix. We plan to do hotfixes where necessary and some regular small bug fix, balancing, quality of life, and multiplayer updates. And this is a disclaimer, this roadmap is subject to change and we reserve the right to modify it as we see fit. Okay. So, it seems here that the first thing that's going to happen is a new chapter. So, it doesn't say when, right? It doesn't say when. It just says, like, the content update, new chapter is going to be the first thing. And then there's going to be the character creator. There's going to be a new system update. And then we have, like, a bunch, like a list here of future updates. Right here. So, on the future updates, it says new chapters, new items, new enemies, new bosses, new quests, new masteries, crafting, improved multiplayer, German language, Chinese language, and additional languages, plus more. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be updated kind of like in a similar fashion as like a lot of other ARPGs that are releasing in early access, basically. But there is this video right here. So, we're gonna check that one out. But we are gonna read this first. Or actually, you know, it says if you prefer reading instead. Okay. Never mind. We're gonna watch the video here, my dudes.
The early access for Titan Quest 2 is now here, so we wanted to give the community some answers to frequently asked questions. Let's waste no time and get into it.
Okay, let's go.
Why early access? We think that this is the best way to develop this game together with the community, making use of your valuable feedback. Because the ARPG genre is crowded, this kind of iteration is necessary to give you the best possible experience.
Yeah, so basically they are actually taking like this a similar approach as like I think Path of Exile was actually like Path of Exile. I mean 1 and 2, but like especially 2, I feel. Path of Exile 2 actually or like the developers at Grinding Gear Games actually has done this pretty unique, or they've had this pretty unique approach to the community and also to like the development of the game, or the games, I should say. And there's a fly. Yeah, and they are kind of like trying to talk directly to the audience and the community, and actually develop the game in a way that so that the players are happy, basically, because everyone, like every single game, wants to keep its player base, right? They want to keep the players coming back from season to season. So yeah, that's another thing that's like, yeah, almost become like this new standard, right? It's gonna be like seasons. You're gonna have major content updates, and that's just the way it's gonna be, right? So it seems like Titan Quest 2 is also gonna take the same approach, with like working together with the community, working together with the players, right? Okay, so let's keep watching.
What will the game cost? Early access comes with a massive discount, as it only costs $29.99. The final version's full price will be $49.99 on PC. As more content is released, the price will go up during the early access phase. Prices are also regionally adjusted by Steam. Will there be microtransactions? No, Titan Quest 2 is a premium experience. That said, we don't rule out expansion packs and DLCs after full release.
Okay, so what there's already been like talk about is like transmogs and stuff. So you're not going to be able to like, or it's not going to be like Path of Exile, for example, where you have like these microtransactions where you have to buy these supporter packs to get the points, and you can spend them on like cosmetics, spend them in the shop. It's going to be a bit different. I really hope that that Titan Quest 2 are actually taking the route where you can actually really I mean, like the different gear styles and stuff that you can, transmog it. You can kind of like customize your appearance or your appearance, like how you want it to be, with items that you find in game. So, exactly how it's going to work, we don't know, but I've heard some talk about this. So hopefully, my dudes, that's going to be the case, that we're going to be able to kind of like make our own microtransactions. Make our own cosmetics in the game from gear.
What update frequency is planned? We aim to release major content updates roughly every 3 months. Smaller updates for fixes and balancing will be more frequent.
Yeah, so
will be the final release.
Yeah, so pretty much like the same as every other like big ARPG, right? Every 3 months, 3 or 4 months.
Date. This will depend on the pace of the early access development. Right now, we are targeting late 2026. Our current goal is to deliver the updates in the best possible quality. Will Titan Quest 2 come to consoles?
Yeah, so just to kind of like wrap that up a little bit. So they are planning for a late 2026 release. So that means it's like 1 year and 4 months, so like almost a year and a half. This game is gonna stay in early access before it's like fully released. So, I mean, here's the thing, my dudes. It's like, I think like this, like releasing games like this in early access, it can kind of like be this like two-edged sword, right? There's going to be some positives with it, and there's going to be some negatives with it, right? So the positives is like the players are like earlier, at the earlier point, they're gonna be able to, jump in and kind of like experience the game, see what it's like. But on the negative side, it's kind of like, if you're joining the early access, you get to see like the game in an unfinished state, and it can kind of put you off. It can kind of put you off. So when I was playing early access on release day for early access, and at this point I was stopped. Like, okay, you can play this far, but not longer. felt a little bit weird, to be honest. So, and you know, you get this message box that says you can go back, you can explore, you can like unravel all the secrets, you can do all the side quests and stuff. But that situation just immediately put me kind of off from playing more. So I was like, okay, this is okay. So I've got like, I don't know, like 8 hours or something, maybe a little bit more, around 10 hours maybe. And then, okay, that's gonna be it, right? So, yeah, it kind of put me off a little bit, but, I mean, I'm playing a bunch of games, so, I was just looking to get into the next one, kind of, to be honest, but I mean, it was a really good, experience. I'm just, waiting for more content. So, next question here is, will the Titan Quest 2 come to consoles?
Titan Quest 2 is planned to come to PlayStation and Xbox no later than the 1.0 release.
Okay. Okay, so there's not going to be like an early access on PlayStation and Xbox, but they are planning to release the game on PlayStation and Xbox on release day, like late 2026. Like at the same time as they're releasing it on PC, I guess, like full release.
Quest 2 come to other PC platforms. Currently, the early access version is available on Steam and the Epic Games Store. THQ Nordic makes their games as widely available as possible. Expect this for Titan Quest 2 as well. What about multiplayer? Multiplayer is available now as a playable preview version. It gives you an idea about the multiplayer experience, but this is not yet polished. Up to 4 players may team up. Will there be character customization options beyond the presets?
Oh, here we go.
Yes, we plan to ship a full character creator in one of the first major early access updates.
Bro, that's huge. That's huge. Also, like, one thing that this game does a little bit different than other ARPGs is that it doesn't actually allow you to, or like, you're not choosing a class. So you don't have like, so like in Path of Exile or Diablo, you don't have like 5 or 6, 7. I mean, Path of Exile is going to have like 12, right? But anyway, you don't have like this plethora of like different characters and classes that you can choose. You actually have to make your own class. And you're making it from like combining these masteries. So it's really interesting. But it feels kind of stripped, like it feels kind of naked, you know. The fact that it's not that you're not like choosing a class, you're not like choosing classes with like specific traits and stuff. I mean, you have to kind of like make that yourself. So having this like a quite extensive character creator, so you can think of like, okay, yeah, I want to play like a wand build, or I want to play a dual wielder. You know, you can think about this even before you create your character. And if the character creator is really good, I mean, that could be a really interesting way to kind of like make and develop a character. Let's keep watching.
Will there be mounts?
Oh, will there be mounts? My question is, will there be fairy tales? That's what I'm looking for, you know? Okay, so will there be mounts? What?
No, we decided to not go with a mount.
No?
This would have had a serious impact on pacing, traversal, and combat mechanics.
Bro, imagine if you could ride that freaking crab.
How many masteries are there going to be?
Or, when you beat the hippocampus boss, you can actually ride the hippocampus.
We haven't yet committed to a final number of masteries for 1.0. At the moment, we think it will be at least 6. There is also the potential to deliver more in DLCs or add-ons. Will there be player versus player?
Okay, so before we listen to this player versus player thing right here, so another thing that I would also like really like is to have more of these like MMO elements. So even though this is like so basically this is like a single player game, right? I mean, they are working on the multiplayer aspects. There's going to be like a multiplayer way of playing this game, but I was playing a little bit of Elder Scrolls Online last night on my PS5, and they have this new system. I mean, it's not very new, but it's like a newer system, because Elder Scrolls Online is like it's an old game, right? 10 years. But they have implemented this new system called what's it called? Golden Pursuit, I think, where you have like a bunch of excuse me, bless me. You have a bunch of these like different tasks that you're gonna get. They're gonna switch like these different objectives. So some days it's gonna be like crafting, or some weeks it's gonna be like crafting. Other weeks it's gonna be like different objectives that you need to do. Like, I would really like something like this in these types of games. So if you really want to like dig into a game like this, I mean, it has to have something that keeps you coming back, right? And before we dive into this, will there be PvP question right here? I was saying throughout my entire freaking playthrough of the early access, like the first early access part, I was saying constantly, like, or I was thinking constantly, and I mean, I was saying it as well, like, this game should have like some kind of PvP mode. Like, imagine if you would battle for cities, and there would be like a huge scale, PvP scale. So, because kind of like the game kind of, it feels like it would be a great addition to the game. It really feels like it would be. So, I mean, a lot of us ARPG players are, we do enjoy a lot of like solo playing, but at the same time, like having like a massive PvP way, like with huge fights, I think this game would be really, really good for that. Just like how the game works, you know? I think it would be a perfect addition.
No, we currently have no plans for PvP.
No plans for PvP, no. So, honestly, in my opinion, I think this is a mistake. I think this game, like, you can consider this video kind of like, I mean, it's not going to be a review of Titan Quest 2 Early Access, but it's just kind of like where I feel like I'm at after playing the Early Access. I really, really think this game would benefit from a PvP mode.
What will endgame content look like? Our main focus currently is creating a polished and replayable campaign. We are working on endgame designs internally, but aren't yet ready to share them.
So that's quite obvious also. I was thinking like, okay, so what's the end game gonna be like? Like, how are they gonna create like an end game for this? And it's like, so as like he's saying, like, they're working on the campaign. They're working on making a polished campaign, and you can really tell because the stories are good, like the quests are good. It's fun to play, right? The campaign is actually fun to play. It's actually really, really fun to play. I mean, I haven't finished the campaign yet. I think I played. I don't know if it was like 1 or 2 chapters. I don't know. So I don't even know like how many chapters there's gonna be. But I mean, I felt like I was barely like scraping the surface. So it's really obvious that they are like, that's a big focus of this game, like creating making the campaign as good as possible. And that's kind of like where their focus is. It's really, really obvious, to be honest.
We'll update the community during the early access. Will the game support modding? We are limited by Unreal on the modding front, but some limited data modding support is possible. We will monitor the demand for modding going forward. That's all we have for you today. Please keep sharing your feedback throughout the early access. Thank you, and see you next time.
Okay, yeah, so here is my initial feedback. Like, you should be able to ride the crabs and the hippocampus. There should be some kind of big PvP, should be some kind of like big PvP mode, I think. That's like the main things, and also keep making, continue making this amazing story. I mean, it's a really good story. Okay, so I don't think, yeah, I think that was it pretty much for like the roadmap and the frequently asked questions. So I'm just quickly gonna run through this hotfix right here. So today we are happy to announce our first early access hotfix. You can find the full changelog below. Yeah, okay. So they did fix some crashes, and also they fixed some quests, fixed one instance where immortal characters could still be killed, fixed an issue with dialogue in bandits quest not completing, okay. Expanded some quest trigger volumes to avoid killing quest relevant enemies prematurely and blocking the quest progress, yeah. UI added a button to access the Morai codex, okay. Various audio mixing improvements, added as effects for locked doors, miscellaneous, fixed pause game time. Okay, yeah, so they've done some fixes here, and that's good. We are hoping to see more of these fixes. Yeah, but that's gonna be it, my dudes, for this roadmap update from Titan Quest 2. Also some frequently asked questions. I was honestly hoping for, I mean, some like, I don't know, like bigger type of news. Like you're gonna be able to ride the crabs. You are gonna be able to fight these big PvP battles. But yeah, that's not what we got. And I mean, it's really a sign that this game is still very early in its development, to be honest. Like, this game has probably been in development for years, but I'm just saying, like, the market today, the ARPG market, I mean, you really have to hit the spot if you are to actually separate yourself from your competition, to be honest. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents, my dudes. I was hoping for crab riding and big PvP. I'm hoping that's gonna come to Titan Quest. Maybe not at release, you know, in late 2026, maybe in 2030. I don't know, but like, I really feel like Titan Quest 2 has the potential to actually be that game that actually nails the PvP ARPG. But that's gonna be it, my dudes. I'm Mouse of Fairy Tales. You are you. If you like this video, hit me up with a like. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.